Good morning. Welcome to Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Kamatara, and I'm going to be helping out this morning with y'all. And I have a couple reminders as we begin. If you could take a moment wherever you are and silence all of our fun toys and distractions and whatnot so we can be in this sacred moment together. And also, if you're joining from Facebook, remember that there's a closed captioning option that you can click that might help you with any, hearing issues or sound issues that might be going on, because we would love for you to have the full experience and say hi in the chat. And we want to love you up at home, and we're loving you up in the sanctuary. So thank you so much for being here today. We're ready for our beautiful service to begin. And it is my very special pleasure to introduce to you our musicians for today, Karen Smith and Susan Clark. Woo! So grateful.
I think we're going to have some lyrics on the screen. Little Ricky Byers to get us started. This is called Use Me, and I think you guys all know it. So that means if you'd like to sing along, you are welcome to do so. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. How are we today?
Yeah.
All
Fantastic.
right. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I Actually, I'd like to introduce Karen Smith, who is here with us from Oakland today.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
Fun facts about Karen: she sings a lot of places, and she's a hula dancer.
Oh, wow.
Next time.
Next time, that's right. And very talented and a good friend, and I really appreciate her being here. So thank you so much. And yes. And we also have Susan Clark assisting her today, and so we appreciate Susan as well. Oh, okay, so I'm sorry, I'm working through this here. Oh, there we go. So just so you know, I am Reverend Gil Olmsted. That's who I am. I'm here to lead our service today. And whether you're online or in the building, together we're here to transform our world with the power of love in action. And as always, we're grateful to the many people that make this service possible, who make sure that the room's set up and the sound works and we have food afterwards and all those things. So I just want to say thank you. And I also want to especially recognize our practitioners. Kathy Mathiasen is holding vigil today. And we have Marilyn Leary, who will lead us in the opening prayer and closing prayer. And we have Reverend Kamatara, who has stepped in and is helping us with the vision and mission statement. So thank you. So basically, we teach the science of mind here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anybody know that? That's what we do. And I got this thing that kind of distills it down. And basically, there's 4 basic things I want to hit on. One is that there's one power in the universe. That's God. That's it. That's all there is. The second thing is we believe that thought is creative. So you got to take care of what's going on in your head and in your heart, because that's going to affect what happens on the outside. And we believe that everything in our life is an expression of love or a call for love. No exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
So we can always put love into the picture. That's always what we're holding. And we have cheerleaders in the back for that one. And we believe, and this is most important, that each of us is whole, perfect, and complete right where we are, just the way we are. So with that, we're grateful that you've chosen to be a part of today's celebration. And whether you're in person, online, this time is special because you decided to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to really welcome those who are with us today who are new or newer. So I'm going to start with anybody that's here for the second time. Is anybody here for the second time today? Look, we have a couple of brave people that came back. Whoa.
Awesome.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that just means that those of you here for the first time, this may not be as scary. Anybody with us for the first time today? All right. If you would indulge us, those of you who raised your hands the last minute, and stand up and let us offer you a blessing. If you feel so moved, or you can stay where you are sitting. It's up to you. The rest of us are going to rub our hands together. We're going to reach out our hands, and we're going to simply say, we see you.
We see you.
We know who you really are.
We know who you really are.
You are a unique emanation of spirit.
You are a unique emanation of spirit.
We love you.
We love you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
And we thank God for you.
And we thank God for you.
Welcome to Rio Grande. And we have a special offering of music now from Karen.
And I'm actually going to invite you to take a breath and release it. And just open yourself to receive. No ana kia kuai kana hele hele ya la ya he ke ki o e kawa ko ona kino malu I kalani malu e hoi e houlu mai ana o lakai kolakahu. O makoloha. Aloha I invite you to take another breath. Just anchor that.
So it is.
And so it is. Whew. Thank you for that very sacred moment, Karen. Wow. And welcome again. And with that same depth and quality and richness, it's time for us to say our vision and our mission. So let's say it together. It's going to appear right here on the screen. And with that same depth and quality, let's say it like we mean it. Our vision, transforming our world with the power of love in action. Ooh, I felt that. Okay, so let's do the next one with the same amo fuerte. All right, our mission, loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. That was good. All right, so it's time for our sacred reading. And it's coming from The Science of Mind, which is kind of the great big textbook that Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, put together. And if you're new to Science of Mind, this might not be your first introductory book. Maybe start with this thing called You. But when you're ready, this is amazing. So he really puts it together, a philosophy of faith, a way of life. And the former English teacher in me cannot resist the glossary. Did you know, like the whole back is an amazing glossary that just defines words, but in a metaphysical way. And sometimes having that new lens to see something that you think you know, makes a big difference. So in the back, sticking with the theme of the month, we are going to look at the definition of money. And so Ernest Holmes writes that the definition of money, the symbol of God's substance. Just sit in that for a second. Money is the symbol of God's substance. The idea of spiritual supply objectified. As God is spirit and man is God's creation, and spirit is man's substance, but spirit is all. So money is an expression of substance. And then prosperity. Prosperity is the outpicturing of substance in our affairs. Everything in the universe is for us. Nothing is against us. We must know that everywhere we go, we meet friendship, love, human interest, and helpfulness. Life is ever giving of itself. We must receive, utilize, and extend the gift. Success and prosperity are spiritual attributes belonging to all people, but not necessarily used by all people. Hence, we will listen to the beautiful talk that Yvette will be giving to us today so we can engage with using the concepts of money and prosperity. So thank you so much. And now we are going to have some more special music.
Where I am, God is. Where I stand, is standing strong. Where I breathe, God is breathing life in and out and through me. Has me where I sing, God is. Where I dance, joy lifts my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free, in and out and through me. Has me, and where I doubt, God is the faith in me. And where I cry, God is the comfort there. And where I seek, God is the answer, here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak truth is, and where I work, love is my career. And where I play, God is playing boldly, in and out and through me. Has me, oh, oh, ooh, where I am, where I stand, where I play, where I work and breathe and move and be, where I sing, where I dance, my dance, my dance, wherever I go, where I pray and take and give and live. God is, peace is, love is, God is.
Thank you so much, Susan and Karen. That just touched our souls so, so deeply. And before we introduce our amazing speaker of the day, we all need to take a deep breath. And I'm going to ask our beautiful practitioner, Marilyn O'Leary, to do an invocation and kind of grounding prayer for us so we can be ready for our speaker.
And all we have to do is think and put ourselves back in the beautiful song. Where we are, God is. And when we call upon God, we call upon that God in us to come to us and enlighten us, make us light, make us open, Spark our minds. Let us hear what it is that our souls and hearts want to hear. Let me be open to what it is that I want to be and need to be open to. Let me know that my life is God's life, that this is life now, and that this wonderful presentation, this wonderful talk, is for the good of my spirit, for the flourishing of my spirit, for the oneness of all of us. And in great gratitude I say, and so it is. Amen.
And now it's my awesome pleasure because I get to introduce you to my BFF and spiritual soul sister, Yvette Trujillo, who is a wonderful practitioner, and she's been so active in Science of Mind for so many years. And I'm sure if you spent any time with her at all, she has touched your heart with the depth and quality, not only of her knowledge, but of her soul and how she shares from the heart. She also has studied Science of Mind for quite a while and is a student at the Emerson Institute. And we're super grateful to have her share today about money. Give her a warm.
Good morning. I'm trying to settle my heart down because I'm just so moved. You start crying. Wow, that's a good sign for the day. in my world, my wife would probably go, "What are you talking about, honey?" Well, we're talking about money, right? Money is a tricky little thing sometimes for some people. And I think it's just such a perfect time. I get really excited, and people might think like, "What's wrong with you?" Because, you're going to the gas station and you're putting the gas in your car and you're like, "Oh, my dear Lord." I got a Mini Cooper. I bought it used and like, "Hey, use premium gas." Sure, no problem. And then oh, Lord. You go to the grocery store and you're looking at each thing that you're picking out and you're like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" And then you get to the checkout and you say, "Oh, wow." And I'm really blessed. I can go to the grocery store and I can do my grocery shopping. But what comes to mind is, how are the people that were closer to that being hard, or it already being hard, doing right now? That's been my thought. But here's what I know to be true, is that what we are experiencing right now, if you're experiencing the challenge of money, if you're a little nervous when you get to the checkout counter, if you're getting nervous as you're putting in gas and the numbers going higher and higher and higher, is that is not the truth. It feels like the truth. It sure looks like the truth. You are experiencing it, and you are indeed feeling a little, that's what's happening. I don't mean to deny or gloss over the experience that people might be having right now. But what I know is that there is something greater happening. And that there is something that is coming into form right now, which looks like lack or stretched wallets. Not stretched like there's a lot of money, but stretched like, "Oh, my dear Lord." That was a strange visual for me, sorry. But that there is infinite possibility in creation. Infinite possibility does not just encompass the things that are easy and like friendship and puppies and Valentine's Day and my birthday. Infinite possibility, that divine consciousness that holds every single possibility that could ever exist, encompasses our experience of money. And sometimes the experience of money, because it's kind of like it's fraught, right? It's got like all of the messages that we ever receive. Money doesn't grow on trees. What do you need new boots for? We're stretched already. What do you mean you need to go to that band camp? And then you turn on the news and it's over and over and over and over again that we receive. We're bombarded by this story that there's not enough. There is not enough, and certainly you can't have a good amount of it because there's a limited amount. This is the story. There is a limited amount. There's a pie of money, and there is only so much. And so, the 1% has this much, and so the rest of us has this little bitty. We hear that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And so there is a lot of untangling that we might need to do to remember that money is every bit a part of that divine expression as the sunset, as your beloved, as your best friend, as your puppy, as your kitty, as little brand new babies. Money is not any different than that expression of God. The difference is that we have stories around money. We have stories of why I don't deserve it, why I can't have it, why you're trying to take it from me, and what I need to do in order not to lose it. So it's tiring just to say all that. God is expressing itself perfectly as money. God is expressing itself perfectly as your abundance. I make you uncomfortable a little bit right now, okay? God is expressing itself perfectly right now as your abundance because you have had a thought about money, about the balance in your bank account, about the kind of car you drive, about the kind of house you have, about the neighborhood that you live in. You have had an idea, every single one of us. And so that idea moves through the law. So we have our idea, beautiful, thank you. Beautiful teaching glyph. This is our tool. So we have an idea. It moves through the law. The law is, it's impersonal. So it's not like you have an idea. I can only have this much money in my bank account. I can only make this much at my job. And you think it enough and it's got feeling and you're like, oh God. And it hits the law. The law is impersonal. It's like, it's not going to say, oh, honey, are you sure? Because I believe more for you. Or, she said that, but I'm going to tweak it a little bit because I don't think she understands her true worth. No, the law just says, okay, boop, 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 boop. It's like, the 3D printer things. I'm that old. The 3D printers where you pop in something and then it brings out something and it prints a 3D thing. It's like that. And you just put it in. Boop, 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 boop. That's the law. And then here, it's in form. No, this is my bank account. This is my car. This is my house. This is my situation. We put that thought in. Now, we can do it consciously or we can do it unconsciously. And for a good portion of my life, I put plenty into the law that was unconscious. And I based it upon the ideas that I grew up with, right? Money doesn't grow on trees. I remember this one time, we used to have parties at my house. I lived out on a farm, and my dad would pay me to get the beer tops. They were pretty raucous parties. And so I had trash patrol. So I would pick those up, and one day he left me to do the job, and then he would count them and I would get a penny for each one. So what I did, I was so genius. I sat there and I separated the tab from the ring. Right? I was going to make more money. And he came back and he was so angry with me. I was trying to cheat him. That was formative. Instead of, wow, you're clever, mijita. Andale. Yeah, you made some more money today. That was great. No, I was a cheater and I was doing something wrong. So before I became aware that I could consciously create something, I had automatic thoughts that I was putting into the law. They weren't like somebody was giving me a thought. I was in the field of infinite possibility of everything that was ever possible. I picked out of the ideas that I had of limitation and of being a bad girl and a cheater and all the other things. Money didn't grow on trees. I picked a particular experience of my wealth and abundance. And I felt a lot of things about it, and I plopped it into the law, and the law did its boop, 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 and voila, my life experience of abundance. Isn't quite what I was hoping for? Yeah, you grow up and you have ideas, and you watch what was that show? He would talk about rich people. Something like that. Yeah. Where it was just like, the lives of the rich, and he had this voice. Anyway. You have an idea of what it's going to be, and then you grow up and you're like, well, what happened? I'm not making it to the end of the month, ever. And if I do make it to the end of the month, it's by the skin of my teeth. There is an automatic way that we think and we do when we are not aware that we are actually at choice. Here's another way to say it. We are responsible. We are responsible for the experience that we are having of our lives right now. That is not a criticism. That is not me pointing fingers. That is not me saying anything about anyone being wrong or bad. It simply is. We have chosen our thoughts, unconsciously or consciously, and we have put them into the law, and voila. That's the tough news, right? We're responsible. And the good news is we're responsible, which means we're at choice. We are at choice. We can, from that infinite field of possibility, pick what it is that we want to have, the thing that we want to experience. We're not bound by those thoughts and ideas that were put into us. We're not bound by those. Once we become aware that we are at choice, we can pick again. Every day is brand new. It's a brand new baby day. What was her name, Belinda? That class. Marianne Morrissey. It's a brand new baby day. We can wake up today and choose something different. So what is it? Imagine for just a moment. Imagine yourself, maybe money's not a thing for you. Just if money is not anything for you, if your abundance is not anything for you, pick something else for just to play along with us. You've got your money situation, whatever that is, or your situation that you've picked. And it's not really meeting your expectations, your desires, your hopes. You can simply begin to develop an idea of something else. Anything. The field of infinite possibility has everything that could ever be. So you can pick anything that you want to experience. Now, sometimes that can feel really daunting. Like, oh my God, I have a little apartment I'm renting, and I have a Dodge Dart, the old kind. Not the second kind, the first kind. whatever. It's like to think, oh, I'm going to have one of those palatial homes with waterfront and boats and whatever. Might be too big. So start wherever it feels good for you. But we can pick again. Just imagine, what is it that you would like to experience for yourself? Like, what I'd like to have a nicer car. I'm tired of this one breaking down. It's broken down on me one more time. It's like it's darkest before the dawn, right? So right now in this moment, that's why I get so excited, because it's a mess. It's a mess. So that means that there is so much discomfort bubbling up right now that we cannot stand it anymore. And there will be change. There will be. There is. There is. And so you simply imagine, in whatever bite size you want, play with it. Play with it. Play with your idea of money. What's it hurt to just think a different thought? I mean, if you don't believe that it created that, what does it hurt to create a new thought? So imagine what you like. Pull that thought. Make it juicy. Make it really, if it's a new car. Oh, I want a red car because my Dodge Dart it's broken down for the last time. I'm so mad. I want a brand new car. I want it red. I want it sporty. I want the dash that's all electrified and lights. I want the best sound system. I want a sunroof. And you imagine yourself experiencing that car. By the way, this is not just about material things. Just, anything. Pick your subject. But we're talking about money today. You have a car. It's beautiful. You're driving down this long stretch of road. The wind's in your hair. Your favorite song is going, and the sun is setting, and all of the beautiful, wonderful things. And so the invitation then is to identify, what are you feeling? What are you feeling in that moment? What is making your heart race? And you find it. You focus in on what that feeling is. Maybe it's, I feel so free. I don't just have the sunroof open. I have the windows down. That wind is moving around. I feel free. My favorite song is going. I'm bouncing around to the beat of the song. I feel joyful. I feel so happy right now to be driving in my beautiful red, brand new sports car down this beautiful stretch of road as the sun is setting. And I am so present to this moment. Gosh, that's one thing I recognize, is that in this moment, I am absolutely present to right now. So here's where we kind of start to get a little more particular in this process of changing our thoughts. Is that we get to this, right? It's like, okay, we get a thought, and then we put it into the law. And there's like all this stuff that happens right here. I picked it. Fantastic. Okay, now what? I get the idea. I see it. I visualize it. And now I'm going to focus on the feeling. I'm going to identify what that feeling is. And now I'm going to let go of the details. Oh, y'all, that has been so hard for me. Because I got a great imagination. I build a really, really yummy picture. But what we need to do is to focus our attention on the feeling, on the experience that we get out of that thing. Right? I want to be abundant. I want to have a checking account with a balance of... What does that feel like? And let go of it. Because we want to take that feeling, we want to take that experience, the freedom, the joy, the being present in this moment. And that's the thing that we want to go bloop. But we don't stop there, because we want to continue generating that feeling, right? We want to continue to experience it, because all those those thoughts that money doesn't grow on trees and you cheated me and you're stealing and whatever the bad thoughts were, whatever the limiting thoughts were, those were repeated over and 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 over. Right? So if Greg Gardner were here, he would say, it could be easy. It could happen one time. You could do that one time. I'll give it to you, Greg. And for me, the thing that makes a difference is when I begin to engage with the thought, with those feelings. When I begin, we do affirmations here, y'all. Affirmations. For a minute, I thought affirmations were dumb. I don't know what happened to me. I'm so excited about affirmations again. We affirm that this is the experience that we are having now. I am feeling so incredibly free. The way that I move in the world just feels so easy, and I'm overflowing with joy. And I'm present to this moment. I affirm it. I affirm it as if it is right now. And then I play hide and seek with it. I play hide and seek with this feeling, with these concepts, with this experience, and I begin to look for it already expressing itself in my life in all different kinds of ways. It can be in money, it can be in anything, because we're no longer talking about money specifically. We're talking about the experience that we have when we have it. So we begin to play hide and seek and go and look for those places where that abundance, where that freedom, where that joy, where that experience of being present in the moment is showing up. We play hide and seek. We play a game with the idea of money based on the experience that money is going to give us, that we want it to give us. And every time that we run across that experience of joy or freedom, we go, ha! I see you. We recognize it. We celebrate it. We celebrate it, y'all. And then we talk about it to trusted people. You know what I just did? You know what I just experienced? You know what I just saw? And we share it. And when we begin to do this over and 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 over, the joyful work of doing that over and over. Imagine doing the work of like, oh, you're bad, you stole from me, money doesn't grow on trees. I'm free, I'm joyful, I'm present in the moment. That's fun to do over and over and over and over and over and over again. And to play hide and seek and to find it, to celebrate it, and to share it. Because as we begin to do that, we are reinforcing the knowing, the belief, the trust that we can have that, and it, bloop, it comes out in form. So in my mind, out of all of this, the trick is let go of the details, affirm your little heart out, and play hide and seek with money. Because money's playing hide and seek with you. Money wants you to enjoy and celebrate and play with it. Why? Because God wants to have that experience with you. God wants to have the experience of engaging and celebrating and knowing and experiencing itself fully as all of its creation. That's you, that's the chair, that's the dollar bill, that's the checking account, that's your house, that's your car. God wants to experience itself through you and through your money. Money is not outside of God. Your finances are not bigger than God. It is God. Let's ask you to join me in prayer. If you would feel comfortable closing your eyes or lowering your gaze. And to turn your attention to your heart space. I know that there is one life. That life is God's life. There is one life. That life is God's life, and that life is perfect. That life is my life now. And that one life, that one power, and that one presence is the expression of all of creation. There is nothing outside of God. And as I turn my attention to remember this truth of infinite possibility, this truth of choice and responsibility, this truth of celebration and joy and transformation. I know that wherever I am in this moment, in any aspect of my life, God is perfectly unfolding, exactly on time. There is no mistake. Whether it hurts or feels good, God is. I am. And as I know this to be true for me, I know that that spirit divine that vibrates through all of existence is having its way and moving through every person that can hear my voice. It is dancing its dance with absolute joy and pleasure, and awaiting with joyous expectancy our awareness of the truth of who we each are. And so from this place of knowing that I am the beloved of the beloved, that each of you is the beloved of the beloved, that everyone that can hear my voice is that beautiful and perfect expression of spirit. As I know that to be true, I know that each and every person can choose again, can choose again, and can choose again. And knowing that this is the truth of who we each are, and that we are choosing again. I am so grateful for the wonderful bonfire of light that is coming from this room and is coming from every person who is taking this on. And who is by that work, by that shining light, changing the world, creating a new reality where everyone has enough. That is an option in the field of infinite possibility. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to step into the remembering that as I speak my word that is a powerful word, and I surrender it into that law that can only say yes, it does so now, and now, and now. Thank you, sweet spirit, that is within me. Thank you, sweet spirit, that is in each soul that is here today. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
So we must be putting the right things into the law because the experience here is quite incredible. Thank you, Yvette. Wow. So it is our opportunity now to share from that abundance, to offer that abundance, to anchor the truth of what that is. So for folks that are online, there's ways that'll scroll across the screen for giving. Actually, anybody here can option to use those as well. We also invite you to come forward and put any gifts into the baskets in front. This is essential for who we are and how we operate, and so we truly appreciate it. And so I'd like us to do the giving affirmation. There it is. We can say this together. I am abundance, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously. And so it is. And we find those in the corners and under our beds and play hide and seek and find them, right?
This is an old Ricky Byers chant, and if you do know it, please jump in. How can I serve? How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I can understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet spirit? Who needs my love today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I may understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where must I share today, sweet spirit? Where must I share today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I may understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I give today, sweet spirit? How can I give today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I may understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I may understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go.
We are indeed blessed. So I want to just take a moment and offer gratitude. Gratitude for all of the blessings that have come forth in this way, all of the blessings that have come forth from the stage, all of the blessing that's come forth from your presence. We just right now ground those, knowing that that is the essence of Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living, and it is the basis for how we reach out and we love our community. And so I simply give thanks for it and say, and so it is. Now, I want to remind everyone that there are practitioners available after our service. We have some chairs set up here. Please take advantage, come forward, have a prayer. It's a great opportunity for you. And our practitioners like to pray, so it doesn't bother them either. Because my experience with this personally is that usually whoever comes to me asks me to pray for the thing that I really need prayer for. So you're actually helping them out. So there you go. So come on up and join up here. Also have the prayer box in the back. You're welcome to write out a prayer, write out your concern or your joy or whatever it is and place it in there. And we will look at that later in the week or during the week and hold you in prayer. Well, I just want to say again, thank you so much to our wonderful musicians. I know that both Karen and I were listening as we were thinking about the times we've played hide and seek with money. And together, even. So there's stories there, but we're not going to go into those right now. Actually, I met Karen because of her son was with us when Robin and I led a thing at Revelation for preteens. He's not a preteen anymore. No, he's not. He wasn't a preteen. When I got to Oakland, he was one of the first people I saw, and he was already, yeah. Anyway, so I've known the family for a while. So we have something very special today. In addition to our guests, we have other guests and other things going on. And I would like to call Mark forward to introduce what's happening and get this started.
Hi, Miguel. Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh, now he's smiling. Okay. So we have someone really special we want to thank this morning. And as all of you know, Carmela Herrera served as our, I keep getting, Martha, what was the title? What was her? People and Projects Coordinator. I keep saying events, but anyways, she did a lot of really important stuff, and her actual what she did far surpassed what the job description was. And she just retired, except she's still coming in twice a week and doing all the stuff she does. So we have a few people who want to say thank you today, and I think Annette has access to the first person.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to be back. It feels like forever. I hope everybody's doing well. And in fact, I know everyone is doing well. So just a couple of words about Carmela. Carmela was the People and Projects Coordinator when I served as your interim minister. And the thing that impressed me the most about Carmela was that whenever I would ask her what was most important to her, her answer never varied. It never changed. It was always people. Carmela is all about the people. And she manifested that belief and that desire into something that continues to amaze me even today when I look back on the memories, because anytime we wanted to do anything in the center, and it didn't matter whether it had to do with the bookstore or cleaning the bathrooms or setting up a volunteer project or getting people to bring food for potluck. It didn't matter what it was, any project at all. Carmela knew the right persons for the job. She knew everybody in the community. She knew what their desires were, what their strengths were, what they wanted to do, how they wanted to show up in community. And she could point me in the right direction without fail every single time. I don't know if you guys realize how important that is to be able to do that, to know the community so well that you know who wants to do what in community. It's invaluable. And so in her time as People and Projects Coordinator, she was able to do a really good job with that. I've been told, and I may be misinformed here, but I've been told she is going to be continuing with her Compassion and Care ministry, which is, again, about people. It's about people for her. She doesn't care whether a person is a member, a lay member, a practitioner, or a minister. They all have ways they can show up for compassionate care. and she embraces it all. So I want to send out a personal thank you to Carmela for showing up in the way that she did and helping me so much during my time as an interim minister with all of you at Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am complete.
The funny part is all I had to do was reach out to people, and they said, "Oh, well, I'll either be there live, virtually, or I will come in person." So I'm going to invite Martha up because Martha is the one who came up with the whole position.
Good morning, everybody. So I was standing in the bookstore the day that Carmela Herrera and her daughter Angeli walked through the door for the first time. Teresa Greco was there today. She was there, CJ Barkley, and a few others. We had been talking about bookstore type of things. And so Carmela walked through the door and she introduced herself and introduced Angeli and began a barrage of questions, the like of which I'd only seen in my former life as an investigator, a lobbyist before legislative committees, or as a labor negotiator. Those were the kind of questions. So I was well prepared for the kind of questions that were coming at me. So we all took the questions, and I don't remember exactly what she asked. I remember it was about classes. Yeah, come on up. It was about classes. It was about, but it didn't matter the topics. What I was looking at was her spirit. And what we all saw in that moment was an incredibly spiritual woman who was questioning where to put her precious spirituality. And she wanted to know, would it be a good place for her precious spirituality? So, of course, we said yes. Of course, that is the case. And we must have impressed her because she started coming to class. And she did a little bit at a time. You know, that's healthy, right? When you make friends with somebody, you do a little at a time, right? So she started coming to classes, and then over time started coming to Sunday service. And then she started being part of the community. And what this very spiritual woman did was became a practitioner, was one of the first chaplains endorsed by Science of Mind in the entire country. And she's put her indelible mark on that as well, I have to tell you. And most importantly, she's taken her spirituality and her skills, her people skills, and she's melded it together to make this community into a family. So what started as the family of Carmela and Angeli coming through our doors has now become the family of Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. And I feel incredibly blessed and honored to know Carmela, to know Angeli, Miguel, Izzy, and the extended family. So thank you, Carmela. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's you're probably already, burning there a little too much, but we have more. So what I want to do is call the board members and Reverend Gill up. If you come on up, Doug, come on. So, okay. So we have, all I had to do was put out the word, and generosity overflowed. And so we have a couple gift certificates to your favorite places to eat. And Angeli, you'll be eating out for quite a while based on what happened. So Carol has one, and some words. What's Paradise? What's it called? Paradise.
Thank you.
Yeah, Paradise.
What's the name of that again? Is what I
Paradise,
asked.
Paradise.
I know. I got it. Thank you, my dear. This is paradise for you. Okay. I don't know if I can say enough about Carmela, so I'm not going to try. But what I want to say very quickly, so everybody has a chance to acknowledge your awesome service to our center, is it's true that each individualized expression is intended and an essential part of the perfect whole. Thank you, my dear.
My nickname for this woman is Sunshine. And I think it's really appropriate. And I found out that that's what her family's called her from the get go. So it works. This woman has got the biggest heart, as you all know. Anybody who knows her knows she's got a beautiful heart. And she's so dedicated to spiritual growth. She's a shining example of science of mind principles and all we love and hold dear about the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. And this is a gift certificate to Nick and Jimmy's. Woohoo!
So Susan Solari has a special presentation.
The mark of an extraordinary woman is not how she rises above the rest. It's how she reaches back to raise up others. And Carmela is the epitome of that. I've been working with Carmela, assisting in the office, reorganization, decluttering, and working with other office concerns. What I can say about the amazing things she has accomplished, her sphere of influence is large. She has kept the center running through a pandemic, from everything as detailed as office operations and supporting new employees, our interim and new minister, but most of all, reaching out and caring for every single member of this congregation, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. She is a phenomenal person and is one of our better angels. And with this, I'm presenting her with a print called Transformation Angel.
Yes. Wow.
Wow. That's pretty nice, huh? Thank you, Susan. I know Susan has been here many times with you. I met Carmela in Indian Wells, and I probably got the best rundown on what was going on here in those, I don't know, half an hour we had together sitting on the bench. What I can tell you is walking in here new, Carmela was a fountain of information. And I kept saying to her, what is it that you do? Because if you're going to not be doing it, I want to know what it is so it can get done. And she had a really hard time articulating it because I think it just all flows from her heart. And so I'm really grateful she's staying with Compassionate Care, that she's volunteering. I think the biggest thing that's happening is that she is leaving her official title. Other than that, I'm not sure what she's leaving because she's still got her stuff in the office. She still comes in and we still love to see her every day. So we're so grateful to have you, Carmela. And I would like to invite us now, invite Reverend Martha to come forward, and she's going to lead us in the next piece.
Well, the next piece is a prayer chamber, so please stand. And for people who've never heard of a prayer chamber, it's kind of an odd thing, but it sounds almost, no, I'm never going to go there. What it does is we all pray at the same time, and the people, and so it may sound odd, but we're actually sending a love bomb to Carmela. So if Carmela, would you please stand in the middle. And as much as we're able, so we all, oh, she says, stand, go that way. That way? Okay, this way. All right, all right. And so we are all going to pray, whether you know treatment or not, please pray. So we raise our hands and all of us begin to pray at the same time and pray for her highest good. And so I know that there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is our life. And so I know in that life has always been here, has been here every day. And so I know that is that beautiful blessing is who I am. I know that seen as Carmela. Carmela is blessed beyond wildest dreams. She is that blessing, is that love, is that absolute creation. And as I know this for her, I know this for Anjali and Yvette and Izzy and her entire family, for they are truly a part of who she is. I firmly declare in this moment Carmela's highest good, that whatever it is that she needs, her health, her abundance, her goodness, that it is all there for her. I firmly declare that all that she requires is already hers even before she asks. And this peace that she is goes out before her, making clear and smooth her way. I know that all is well in Carmela's life, and I give thanks for her. I give thanks for Carmela in every single way. I give thanks for her. And I know that she is a blessing wherever she goes, and she's certainly a blessing to us. And knowing that, I release His word, knowing it cannot come back to me void. As I've spoken, it is done. And so. And so it is. Thank you, everyone.
Whew, what an abundant day. Such joy to be able to celebrate together today. And please don't forget afterwards to take advantage of the beautiful prayers that you could have as well, to either have more of a good thing or to fine tune something you would like to welcome into your experience. So our practitioners, anyone with a stole, is pretty much ready to serve. And of course, after service, if you go right through that door where Dr. Norm is sitting, wave to us, Dr. Norm. Yay, right? That door right next to him is where you go through the kitchen to the social hall. So if you have more time, join us for a little cup of joe and hanging out and talking and get to know people even more, deeper, richer, better, right? Because there's more to be had here. So please join us for food and community in the social hall and continue the bounty a little bit further. And now it's super exciting. We have to have a warm welcome because it's time for Dr. Norm. Woo! And morning announcements.
Good morning. Wow, I just loved your message this morning, Yvette, about possible infinities. And I especially love the doop, doop, beep, beep, boop, 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 and the brrrr, all the money I have in my account. Love it. Boy, it's really nice to have such wonderful talent right up here and the musicians. Whoa, man. Awesome. Susan and Karen. Wow. Okay. Get down to business and I'll do this quick because I know we're hungry. First of all, we stand for Ukraine, for independence, peace, love, and abundance. There's been some positive developments. We just need to continue to stand for them. I'm sure you've heard this already several times, but did you know that you can watch the service on YouTube or Facebook Live? And you can see the newsletter to get more links on that. We've had a visioning and poetry event going on, and I want to report to you, it was a wonderful first visioning session on September 25th, with the first one, and opened up the idea of much more than poetry. We saw all sorts of other creative endeavors arising, such as music, storytelling, painting, and much more. And they'll be continuing the visioning thing October 23rd and November 13th, both at 12 o'clock right here in the center. So please join us on both or either of these dates if any of what we've shared strikes a chord in you. Looking forward to seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and feeling your dreams and visions about poetry at our center. There will be a community meeting right after service on the 23rd, and that is where you will learn more about what's happening here, and you can share your thoughts about what's going on. The Compassion Ministries, thank you so much for Carmela for wonderful, wonderful continuing. Every single week you put together a really nice little message here. And the message this week is the 7 secrets smart professionals use to choose financial advisors. Now, CSL is doing the theme for October. Finances, you know, there's $40 trillion worth of money in circulation right now in this country, in bank accounts, savings account, and cash flowing around here. 40 trillion. You can't even imagine that, can you? Anyway, so there's a nice little link in here for an organization called Smart Assets. It's a no-cost tool that simplifies the time-consuming process of finding a financial advisor. A little questionnaire to make sure it's legally binding with whatever you're trying to do, and then the whole process just takes a few minutes, and you can be connected instantly with an advisor for a free retirement consultation. So see the link for the newsletter. Recurring events. We have a Course in Miracles group that meets every Thursday on Zoom and in person from 6:30 to 7:30. We also have a Board of Trustees meeting the third Sunday. That's correct, right? Still the third Sunday, okay. Yeah, that's on Zoom from 5:30 to 7. And the Food Addicts in Recovery Anonymous in person and on Zoom Saturdays from 8:30 to 10 here. So if you need more information, go to the newsletter and get your links and your licks. And that's it. Live from New Mexico, Sunday morning announcements.
So let's just close our eyes for a minute and see the love that has been engendered here, to see that we are one with Spirit and that our purpose is to go out to be the person God intended us to be, to bring that love to the world, and to know that as we do that, we are divinely guided, we are healthy, we are abundant, we are safe. And so it is. Amen.
All right, we're going to have a closing song. And if you feel able and then you'd like to, please stand and join us with Eddie Watkins Jr. tune to take you out. So I'm going to kind of sing the verse first, and then I'm going to do the chorus, which is, you guys know it, I know you do. Carmela's leading the clapping there. Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize that I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. You are the place. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. And together we are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. We are the place where God shows up. Let's do We Are the Place one more time.
We are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. We are the place where God shows up.
Yes, we are indeed. Happy Sunday.
Sunday.